Right, we're shifting our focus to the fact that right ahead of the India versus New Zealand semi-final clash, New Zealand captain Kane Williamson is addressing a press conference. Let's listen in to what he has to say.
Look at the lack of six bowler in the bowling attack, especially on a high-scoring venue like this.
Yeah, I mean, look, every team has a slightly different balance that they rely on, and naturally with the injury to Hardik, meant that their balance changed a little bit, but certainly didn't change the outcome of what they were doing. So they adjusted nicely, and our team tends to, or has done in the past anyway, played with a slightly different balance. And I think when you get into tournaments as well, it's guys being nice and familiar with the roles that they have, whether it's with the ball or with the bat, and it all goes quite quickly. So you're trying to make sure you build on those performances as a team, and they've done it better than anybody so far in this competition. And as a side, I think we've done some good stuff too. So yeah, I mean, we're looking forward to tomorrow, and it's going to be a great occasion.
Kane, do you see it as a mother of all battles, especially from Dharmashala to here? What are the things you have learned? Yeah,
I mean, that was a great game as well when we played India in pool play. I think when you get to finals, things sort of start again. It's on the day, and I think prior to that, you're really focusing on 2 months or whatever it is, 6 weeks perhaps of good cricket to hold you in good stead at the back end of round robin play, and because it's very difficult, I think, for 9 games to kind of micromanage that process. It's about how you want to express yourself as a team day in, day out, and assess the conditions in front of you and the different opposition that you keep facing. So yeah, for us it's looking to do something similar, and it's going into this game with fresh eyes and looking to play what's in front of us, and the conditions will be different again. And like I say, that's a big part of the challenge, not only the opposition, but the change in venue as well.
Yeah, Kane, as a batsman yourself, could you just say something about Rachin Ravindra's form at this tournament and what that's been like to witness from close quarters?
Yeah, quite incredible, really. Burst onto the scene and in a big way, in a role that perhaps wasn't sort of natural, maybe within our environment. He did a bit of it domestically, but to do what he's done so far in this tournament with his feet firmly on the ground has been really, really special. And as we've all seen, he's an incredibly special and talented player, and a fantastic individual in the environment. And it's not just the volume of runs that he's achieved so far, but how he's been scoring them, and how it's been geared towards trying to move the team forward. So some fantastic contributions so far, and at such a young age, and I'm sure we'll see plenty more of it to come.
Kane, your former teammate Ross Taylor said yesterday that it's impossible to not think of what happened 4 years earlier at the same stage in the World Cup, in the semi-final, against India. So, do you think that you can repeat that dose tomorrow? Something similar can happen?
Yeah, I mean, I think the game will be a little bit different. It might be played over 1 day rather than 2. Looking at the weather, but at the same time, teams work hard to get to this stage. They have to play a lot of good cricket within the format or the structure of the tournament to get here, over such a long period of time. That yeah, it's a great occasion, and it's on the day. Both teams looking to play their best cricket and compete in the best way that they can.
Yeah, hi Kane, Neeru from The Week. I just want to know, there's been a lot of talk about the future of one-day cricket and the kind of reactions that one-day cricket is getting now that T20 is here to stay, and of course WTC also has given context and fresh life to Test cricket. So what are your thoughts and other players' thoughts on looking at the response that this tournament has got? What is the future of one-day cricket?
Yeah, has it been a good response or a bad one? I'm not exactly aware, but I know that playing in the tournament and being involved in world events are always special from a player's perspective, and continuing to provide that that context in the sport, whatever the format, I think is really important. You know, it is hard to predict the future, but I think we see that when we do have world events, countries against countries, regardless of the format, there is something quite special about that. But yeah, there will be a balance to strike with the T20 format, which naturally is becoming, I guess, more and more in the calendar. But that's a good thing too, you know. It sort of speaks to what people want to watch, and I think ultimately it's a positive thing for our game. But it's just trying to continue to find that balance.
Well, the New Zealand skipper, of course, seems confident, but only time's going to tell who's going to be clinching that one tomorrow as far as New Zealand and India clash in the semis. We'll continue to track with everything to do with the world of sports, but for the moment, let's